Coach, can you tell us a little bit about the just in general the Orange Bowl hospitality and what's the experience been for you and the team thus far?
And unbelievable. Everything's been first class. Even from we had a little bit of a delay with the weather flying in from Tallahassee. We get off the plane, they're right there. As soon as you get off the plane, with smiles, welcomes, very warm and very organized too. Everything is down to the T. They put 90 years into it, so I think they got this down to a science. But to come down here to South Florida and have this type of experience has been amazing, man. From the hospitality, food, the welcomes, and also just the availability. I don't think there's been any time from morning or evening where I didn't see one of those orange jackets around asking me, do I need something? So I think they go above and beyond to provide an experience, and they're treating our team like a championship team. They're doing a wonderful job, so I've been grateful. It really humbles you to just see the work that goes into it for them making sure your experience is exactly what you want it to be.
So with that said, how important is that kind of experience for the players who are actually here to receive it? How important is that to prepare them for the next level or for years to come?
Absolutely. The biggest compliment was the event we had last night, where they just basically talked about how our guys were. First thing they said off the plane was Merry Christmas and thank you. So our guys' gratitude, because as our young people in this game, sometimes you feel hoping they're not getting entitled, where they think that they deserve. And when they see people going above and beyond, and our players respond to that with humility and thankfulness, that just lets me know we're heading in the right direction with the right young men. So I think the organization that goes into it, because you got two different teams, staff. Because everybody just think players and coaches, but we got equipment, nutrition, athletic training. All of them are also, and their families. It's not just the players. You got families, kids. Extended families, extra rooms. So just not only just the Orange Bowl staff, but also our GM, Bruce, and Cupper, and those guys and that staff that do a good job of making sure we're going.
Thank you.
You've probably been asked, what's the challenge for you?
I think when people say new, it's just people they haven't seen, but they've been at practice with us this whole year. We didn't add anybody to the team. So, we know these young men capabilities, and they were all recruited to come play. So we have an expectation level of the kids that we recruit to still be able to come and perform. Now, before they still have to take the strides to go show what they can do, but we're confident in the bunch that we have because there's a reason why we brought them in.
Do you think the motivation factor, particularly given some of these guys,
you want guys that are going to go out there and go compete, but I'm excited for those guys to showcase their ability because they were recruited here for a reason. We can't wait to the show why we recruited them and we're putting on display what they can do.
Obviously your eyes are up, but Brock obviously gets to this championship game now. You're just what you've seen from him and just expectations of him and just seeing how he's been able to
when Brock first got here, I thought, when he came in the spring, I thought as a freshman quarterback, he was the most dedicated to preparation I've seen in a long time. Where usually there's an acclimation period where you have to teach a guy how to play the position, where they have to come kind of learn how to meet, learn to put the extra time in. Brock came in already like a sponge. He came from a good high school program there in Tennessee, and he really took the preparation aspect early. So he got here in the spring, early enrollee, and he was here with Jordan, he was here with Tate, and he kind of learned that preparation process. He had a little bit of setback during the season with a thumb injury, but he's always, even when he wasn't taking reps, he stood behind and took all the mental reps. He wanted all the checks, and what I love is he always challenged our quarterback coach, Tony Topaz. Every time we'd be sitting there as an offensive staff, and Brock would come knock on the door and pull him out because he wanted to start over and go back to installs from day one. So I think what I'm impressed with is how much we haven't had to limit him because he understands the big picture of it. Now it's just about building the offense to the things he does well and make sure our part of accountability is put in a situation where he can have success and things he feels comfortable with.
You just talked about how much Jordan has helped him from day one, just that relationship between the two of them, how far do you think that can go? And then Jordan in general, just how much has he met and how much does he still need, even though he's obviously not able to play?
Oh yeah, Jordan was out there at practice yesterday in the drills, coaching those guys up. That just shows his care, his love for this team and that quarterback room. But he's going to be there every step of the way with as much as he can. And the gap and a half leverage and things of that nature, and also the discipline they play with. They're always going to try to be lined up perfectly and lined up correctly, and also the way they fly around. They make these cut-ups of missed tackles and things and find who to attack, and it's hard to find because they got some good tacklers, good guys that know how to leverage the football and get it on the ground.
Is there one guy who's a game record, or is it kind of the team?
Yeah, no, you got Michael, 13, young defensive end who's a really good player. You have a pass rusher in 11 who can really get after you in third down situations. I mean, they play swarm attack defense, you know. And they got two of the best, you know, safeties in the country, you know, that's very clear and evident. So just the way the defense is built, it's not many holes or leverages you can attack because you got both safeties who can attack you and play both, whether it be field or boundary, and you got a defensive line that can kind of smother you and kind of keep you in tight so they can leverage the football. A lot of that 3-down stuff is to prevent things from going on the edges. So you got to make sure you're presenting some difficulties and problems, maybe formation and things like that, to find ways to attack them and leverage them.
How does this game give you a chance to kind of get in your bag a little bit, you know, put some things in that maybe people hadn't seen?
I think in bowl prep, everybody always going to have something new. You're going to have something you want to come out with and show. But at the end of the day, your identity is already set. I mean, you played 13 games. So pretty much going into the game, you're eventually going to become who you are, whether it be offense or defense. So I think it's fun to have the wrinkles, fun to practice them, but at the end you got to establish an identity. It's going to come down to who's tackling, who's blocking, and who's not basically giving the game away. A lot of these games come down to your overall preparation of who's not going to lose the game. So we still got to be disciplined to tackle the football, own the football, make sure we're having ball security and things of that nature. But that's really what it's comes down to at the end of the game when you get to those close, tight games at the end of bowl games. You know, we got individuals making choices for their individualism, you know, but the team before the stadium, the brand, and the team is here to perform, and it also kind of gives you a preview of what's to come. Also, you got to get little glitches and little flashes of what's to come in the future. So I think it's an exciting moment for the guys that are here and ready to play.